And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kyle the Pug Sports Review Show, episode number 26, where we bring you guys the hottest sports topics in the sports world. Now, before we get started with, today's show, I just wanted to say that, of course, this is not sports related, but there's going to be Hurricane Matthew on like not the outer reaches, but like near the outer reaches, near the interior of Florida, and they're going to be hit pretty hard with that hurricane. So I'm gonna just want to say this right now. My thoughts and prayers go out to the people in Florida. Hopefully you guys stay safe and stay away from the hurricane, and just don't forget to stay indoors as well. And God's watching you and all that good stuff. Wait, hold on, Nick. I'm not done. I know you're anxious, but I'm not done. So, anyways, we'll get to it in a bit, though. Hold on a second. But anyways, I'm Kyle the Pug, a.k.a. Kyle Lodi. You can call me whatever. The host the most, man with the plan, blah, blah, blah. And I apologize if I sound, noxious a little bit. I'm dealing with some allergies right now. But you know what? Screw it. I'm doing the show anyways for you guys. And that's for the people you guys need to see the show and hear the show as well. So, that being said, let's get on with today's show. So, Cowboy Nick, now you can do your thing.
Well, my thing is, during a hurricane, it might not be a good idea to stay indoors, but it might be a good idea to have some oars and plenty of life jackets.
All right, so Cowboy Nick, you want to say your intro this time?
That's right, it's me, Cowboy Nick. Don't dance on Cowboy Nick. Hey, to all you folks out there that haven't started it yet, don't forget tomorrow is the release of the game Mafia 3. So if you haven't tried it yet, seen some of the videos, take a look and get a book and go ahead and get yourself a Reading Rainbow Mafia 3. Because yes, you get to actually play this time as whatever his name is, from Reading Rainbow, and go out and beat some people and play, including some of the KKK. So go ahead and pick up the game and let's go and all be gay. Let's do it.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear any of that and just move on with the show. But anyways, yeah, that literally just creeped me out. But anyways, let's get started. Let's get started with today's show. So, of course, our topics today are going to involve the NL wildcard game between the Giants and the Mets, the Ryder Cup, which, of course, the United States takes the victory with the Ryder Cup for the first time since 2008. But before all that, though, we're going to recap Week 4 of the NFL. So we bring you guys, our interesting facts and theories and what we thought of Week 4. So that being said, let's get right into it. So my first thought for, when it comes to Week 4 is how about the Patriots getting shut out at home for the first time in a while?
I couldn't stop laughing my head off when I saw that. I could not at all stop laughing my head off. I saw this, I'm thinking to myself, hey, look, I guess it's coming back, and guess what? And guess what happened? Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, so that's the first time the Patriots have been shut out since 1993 at home.
By a team like Buffalo.
But they're actually a decent team, though.
Yes, but if you think about it, a team like Buffalo shutting out the Patriots.
Rex Ryan has had a thing though against the Patriots, so it kind of makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah, but when you think of I just have to laugh because I know what Rex Ryan has against the Patriots, but you have to think about it to yourself. You can't help but think about you can think about the Patriots maybe getting shut out, but honestly. Buffalo doing it.
Well, it's the NFL. Anything's possible. So, moving on here really quick, let's get to another exciting game that happened. How about the Raiders and the Ravens? That was a pretty good game as well.
That was a way decent game. I thought that I literally had to I was at my aunt's house watching that game because it was my Uncle Ernie's birthday, and we were at his house having lunch doing your three-way meal thing where you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all that stuff. And I was over there watching the game before we went to Babies R Us. Don't ask. But,
well, we'll just go with it.
Anyway, I was watching. Yes, I know, but don't ask. But I was watching the game, and I couldn't believe that it came down to a 1-point win, 28-27. Could you believe that happened? That was like, wow.
But here's the thing, though: are the Raiders for real? That's the real question, and I say yes, they are.
I would say they are close because with the Raiders, you really don't know because the Raiders could be good 1 minute and then it can all change.
Well, it's not going to be like that this year because they just topped off the Ravens, who are undefeated, and they improved to 3-1, while the Ravens dropped to 3-1. And you're looking at this team, and this is like one of the better Raider offenses I've ever seen. And I believe, as of right now, they are clearly favored to win the division, the AFC West division, by far. So, moving.
They're one of the top teams in there, but there are other teams that you can't count out in that division as well.
Yeah, well, we have Denver, of course, 4-0, but I mean they're going to be close up there for sure. Now, moving on here really quick.
Another team is called City. Also, another team that's a tough and that people always say, "Oh, what about this team in the NFL?" You know what? They are tough too, and you have to look at the Steel Curtain and say to yourself, as well as the Rams too. They're building up a pretty good.
All right, so moving on here really well. Well, we did. Yeah, the Steelers, they blew out the Chiefs out of the water. There's nothing really to talk about there. But, but you were saying a little bit before, the Rams did improve to 3-1 with the win over the Cardinals. And it was a pretty tight game near the stretch. It was kind of not low scoring, but it was kind of like mid, like 17-13. But it was a really good game, though, nevertheless, for the Rams. And did anybody expect the Rams to go 3-1? That's the real question here.
I thought the Rams. I actually still think to myself that the Rams could be a decent team this year. Ever since they moved back to LA, they've been that team that has been that I thought about and I've done research on for years. When I look at the Rams back when they were in LA, they were one of the toughest teams on the West Coast. They were one of the teams that everyone just loved to hate. You know what I mean? They were that team that they loved to hate. And you look at them now that they're back. They're that team you love to hate because they go out there, their discipline is just back up to where it should be. They go out there, they win games, their defensive game has gone back up, their special teams game. That's one of the things I really do love about the Rams is that the fact that their special teams game has gone back to where it should be.
All right, how about the Vikings improving to 4-0 on Monday Night Football, topping the Giants?
I had a feeling I was saying to myself, you know what? That wasn't going to happen.
And the best part is Sam Bradford's playing really good for them on the Vikings.
Ever since he got traded to the Vikings I was saying to myself at the beginning of the year, I'm like, is this going to be a good thing for the Vikings now that Sam Bradford left the Eagles and went down the road to Minnesota? And just said, "Hey, I'm gonna go play with Victor."
Well, I guess if you like your environment and you do well in it, then might as well don't judge it, right? Well, anyways, moving on here, we're gonna talk about a couple more games really quick before we move on. The Saints rallying back to beat the Chargers for the first win of the season. What do you think about that? In the final 4 minutes too.
That one I thought to myself was gonna happen. I didn't think it was going to be the way it happened, but I did, in my mind, know that this game was going to be one of those games where you're going to see it seem like the Saints rally back. But did I think it was going to be on the road against the Chargers? No. But I did think that the Saints were going to, as I think Saints come marching in, and they did so against the Chargers.
Moving on to our last game we're going to talk about here. The Atlanta Falcons improved to 3-1, but that's not the thing I'm going to talk about here. The Panthers are suffering really, really bad as they're 1-3 right now. I mean, what's going on with the Panthers right now? The Super Bowl hangover is still kicking in for these guys. I mean, what's going on?
I had to say this, but please people don't shoot me. Two words. Two words, Cam Newton.
Well, I mean, yeah, Newton's been playing okay, though, but I think it's more the defense as well.
Yeah,
They look kind of confused out there.
Well, when you see him on the field and stuff, he's not playing like he was like when you think of Cam Newton, how he's that powerhouse for the Panthers and stuff. He's not doing like he used to do for the Panthers.
Yeah, I hear you, and hopefully he can get it together though by sometime the next couple of weeks, because if they don't, then there's going to be a lot of trouble going down in Carolina for sure.
A lot of trouble. It's gonna be a mess.
All right, so moving on here really quick, as these allergies are starting to mess with me here a bit. We're going to talk about the preview of the NL wildcard game between the Giants and the San Francisco Giants, that is, not the New York Football Giants, and, of course, the New York Mets. So nobody does postseasons any better than Madison Bumgarner, but Mets ace Noah Syndergaard is certainly no slouch either. With the two of the premier pitchers in baseball dueling, Wednesday's NL wildcard showdown could be one for the ages. So, and if you go inside the numbers really quick and the matchups that will decide Wednesday night's game, then you can vote on which team will win at the bottom of the page. So when we look at these guys' ERA, they combine them together. So Madison Bumgarner, he has 2.74 ERA and Syndergaard is 2.60. Their hits innings pitch ratio, or the WHIP, I mean, or some people would call it, God, allergies are still killing me. I mean, they're equally identical. So Madison's is 1.02, and Noah Syndergaard's is 1.15. And opponent's batting average, I mean, it's kind of a little bit slightly advantaged towards Bumgarner, but it's kind of close between each other. So, and then the strikeouts and walks and ratio, I mean, both of them are all right though, but Syndergaard has the advantage here. So, I mean, when Bumgarner basically is on the mound and his ERA in the postseason career is 0.60, so that's going to be a huge advantage here. And so when Syndergaard's on the mound, his ERA is 1.00. So that being said, what do you think about this pitching duel tonight?
I think it's going to be interesting to see. But the one thing that I look at when I look at these teams, I look at, for me, it's the way they hit. And as we saw last year with the Mets can't hit. And when I look at San Francisco, everyone knows, San Francisco, the KC had.
Well, here's the other thing I wanted to mention here too, because the Mets may be at home, right? But the Mets have been, they've lost a couple of their starters, and that could hurt them in the playoffs too, and especially in this game.
Yes, but I don't think the Giants are saying the same thing to themselves, because when you look at the teams that they're going to be playing again in the playoffs, you got to look at the teams where the way they're lined up and how they're going to go. My Cardinals didn't make it, but you know what?
Your Cardinals didn't make it in the playoffs, so your season's a failure.
Yes, but I have to say this too. There is another team that I didn't think was going to do this, and I haven't seen them do this in years. And I just have to say this: when did Toronto get so good?
Well, we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but basically, what we're looking at here, again, pitching duel, Syndergaard and Bumgarner, probably going to be, one of the best pitching duels in the postseason as of currently, but it's going to be a challenge for each team, though, as well. And when you look at both squads, I mean, both teams have suffered, countless amount of injuries, but if you had to ask me which team would have, an advantage here with them, being healthy and all, I got to give the advantage here to San Francisco, and I will tell you why here in a bit. So, Cowboy, I want to get your insight on this.
Well, on this one, for me, I do think it's going to be a pitcher's duel. But the other thing that is drawing me to this, and I have to say this, is the fact that the Mets can also, the Mets kind of have an advantage at being able to keep the ball where it needs to go, not just putting it on the, not just hitting the home run, but they have the advantage at putting the ball where they need to. And the Giants are basically one of those teams that's basically, I'm going to hit it, I'm going to go out and I'll hit it. You know, and that's basically how they are. And by the way, Uncle Wade, happy birthday. I hope you are watching your Giants down in heaven. Hope you enjoy yourself. It's up to you that's dedicated to him. He died from an enlarged heart a couple of years ago. So, happy birthday. Shout out to you. 65 this year. So, yeah, it was a great Giants fan. But yeah, it's just one of those things that you have to look at. And this one, the Mets, when I look at the Mets, they're a little more educated. The Giants are more of those teams that I'm just going to have the ball here, so I'm just going to hit it. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, I get it. But here's the other thing I was going to get here. So the only thing for the Mets to get the advantage in this game is that they got to get Bumgarner's pitch count up. And if they actually do that, I know, and one of the Mets have like one of the better bullpens here, Mike, in my opinion, because the Giants don't have really the greatest bullpen, of course, barring their setup guy and their closer. But if the Mets can get Bumgarner's pitch count up, then they would definitely have a huge advantage here when their bullpen comes into play. You know what I mean? Because the Mets are 27-13, and that's the best record in the majors since August 20th.
Yeah, and it's just one, and for me, it's just one of those things that when you look at it, you just have to say to yourself, the Giants are a strong team, but when it comes to, and another thing about them, when it comes to them being on the road, they don't always perform as well as they do when they're at home.
Well, here's the other thing I was going to give with the Giants, too, and this is what Mark Saxon said, and I quote, "I won't even resort to the even-year argument. Let's stick with the more tangible facts, such as Bumgarner's 2.14 ERA and almost 90 postseason innings. The Giants' offense is built for contact, which should help against Syndergaard, which does actually make sense if you think about it. But moving on, the Giants' bullpen isn't as bad as it appeared, which is true, by the way, but they do have, their downsides every now and then. It was left exposed because of a September batting slump, and that basically ends now, unquote. And where the series currently stands as of right now, unlike last year, the Mets have one ace to ride this postseason, and they're completely rolling him out here, you know what I mean? What Bruce Bochy is basically hoping for, a complete game similar to the one Bumgarner did in the 2014 wildcard game against the Pirates. After a rough finish with the Giants' bullpen, you get the feeling that Bochy will live and die with Bumgarner in this one. So, what do you think about the series standing at that point?
First thing is I want to let Bochy a happy meal because that means he's never happy. But the other thing is it's just. He is right, but the fact is that especially at Citizens Field in New York, it's just, where they're playing, or the Giants are going to be playing tonight against them. Because I've seen the Giants play at Citizens Field before, and they don't do this. They have a really hard time playing on that field, and as everyone knows, the Mets are the team to beat, and it's sad, but the Mets are the team that the Giants are going to have a really hard time against. And it would have been bad either way because, let's say they had to face the Cardinals. They would have been in St. Louis having to play at Busch Field, at Busch. And that stadium, the Giants have a hard time in. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. I think that's why Bochy's always so sad, because his team never does good on the road.
All right, well, here's the $1 million question here. Who wins tonight and why?
I'm going to
Real
have
quick.
to go with the Mets. I'm going to say the reason why the Mets win is because is the fact that they know where to place the ball and how to move it.
Okay, and all right, so most of you are going to shock me or probably be like, why the hell are you making this pick, Kyle? But as much as it pains for me to say it, I do believe that the Giants are going to come out on the road to take this victory here because they have Bumgarner behind them, probably one of the best pitchers in the postseason by far. Like I said, 0.7 6.0 ERA is no joke. And I think the player of the game I could see making a huge difference. It's not going to be one of the star players, but basically like a role support. I would say my X factor here would be Angel Pagan for sure. I mean, the way that guy has been playing though, like the past, I would say 7 games or whatever. I mean, he's been doing really, really well. And if Pagan gets going on the bases, and they get their leadoff guy against Syndergaard, like almost every single, I would say 85% of the innings by the time he's up there, then I would basically say that the Giants would have a huge advantage here. Plus, not just that, but the postseason chemistry that they have together, it's really, really tight. Of course, 2010, 2012, 2014, all that stuff. But either way, I do see the Giants at least getting this game on the road because I believe the Mets have, Syndergaard to rely on, and plus they're pretty banged up. I mean, I'm not saying they're all banged up, the Mets, that is, but I'm pretty sure, they'll find a way to duel them every now and then. But at the end of the day, I do like to see the Giants postseason continue, and especially with their postseason history and all that, I definitely see them winning this game there. So, moving on here really quick, we're going to switch gears as we take on the Ryder Cup topic as the United States takes the victory in pretty much an epic Ryder Cup, and this is the United States winning for the first time since 2008. So, while perhaps not the best team ever assembled, the Americans were every bit of a team finally winning back the Ryder Cup. Phil Mickelson led the Americans behind closed doors. Patrick Reed powered them with his passion on the golf course. And Ryan Moore, who a week ago wasn't even on the team, delivered the cup-clinching point Sunday at Hazelton National Golf Club in Chaska, Minnesota. So Moore finished eagle birdie par for a one-up victory over Lee Westwood, and the celebration was on. The United States beat Europe 17-11, picking up its first victory since 2008, and the only third over the past 2 decades. And Cowboy Nick, what are your thoughts on this victory for the United States? What does this mean?
It's mean a lot. This is to show people how great of a team that our golf team is, how great our golfers are, and it just shows the fact that, yes, it is true that golf is not just a European sport, it's an American sport too. Now shut the fuck up.
Okay, Daniel, why do you have to be so hostile to them? My lord. But
okay, how many times, I'm just saying this, how many times has it been, like, every time you watch it, like, every time you see it, you see people, they're always talking about that European guy who comes from Spain. They even had that one thing that from the Olympics, that Chinese guy that came out there and they're talking about, yeah, he trained in great, all this stuff. Shut up. It's like, shit, you got soccer now, leave us the fuck alone.
all right, well, Phil Mickelson's thoughts about the whole thing was this, and I quote, "When put in the right environment, the U.S. team brings out some amazing golf, and we're bringing the Ryder Cup back because of it," unquote. And never has an American team been under this much pressure, basically. So they lost for the 3rd straight time in 2014 at Glen Eagles in Scotland, and it was a team divided over everything from how the captain was selected to how the team would be built. Mickelson led the way in, of course, getting a task force together, and it was pretty hard to argue with the results. So Davis Lubb, the U.S. captain, said this, and I quote, "I'm just proud of these guys. They had a lot of pressure on them for the last 2 years. Every time he picked a guy, they had more and more pressure, more and more questions. I'm just so proud that the way we play with our guys," unquote. So, your thoughts, Cowboy Nick, on those 2 quotes?
All I have to say is this, like, you can't argue with Phil Mickelson because every time you try to argue with him, he gives you that look, and then you see the commercial that he did where he had that arthritis problem.
What?
And then he gets freaking pissed off, and then he goes, and then he acts like Shooter McGavin, and then it slaps you.
Okay, we're not going that far. Come on now. Listen, you're comparing an annual event to a movie. Come on, dude.
Well, I can see you doing that. I can see you doing the whole Shooter McGavin dream where we're freaking happy, like, ah!
No. No. All right, so Reed faced the tallest order, of course, Jordan Reed, that is, in the or not Jordan Reed, excuse me. Reed basically faced the tallest order in the leadoff match with Rory McIlroy, and the quality of golf was as high as it could actually get. Reed squared the match by driving the fifth green to 8 feet for an eagle and kept the tee until the 18th. The matched McIlroy's birdie on number 6. McIlroy matched Reed's birdie on number 7, and the par 3 eighth hole was as sensational as you could get in the Ryder Cup. McIlroy hold a 60-foot birdie leaped into the air and cupped his hand to his ear, mocking the American crowd to yell even louder. Reed then hold a birdie putt from 35 feet, charging the crowd before turning to wag his finger at McIlroy. They bumped fists and patted each other on the back, both 5 under through 8 holes. So basically, between, Reed and McIlroy, this was basically a rivalry for the ages here at the Ryder Cup.
Heck yeah, and the one thing I was saying to myself ever when I was watching this, I was like looking at this, I was like, oh my gosh, watch this European guy go and hit this into the scrum because this is not the kind of golf course he's used to. And right off the bat, like what happened? Boom, there it goes right into the stuff, and then he had to track it down. And what does it do? He hits it into the sand pit, and then it goes. He doesn't even get so none of them ever got a hole in one. I couldn't stop laughing my head off. I was sitting there one time, and I actually started choking. I was eating my dinner. I'm watching this, and I started choking because I saw him go he hit it over the tree trunk into the sand pit, and he's like, and the guy, and what's his name, who was like that British guy who was calling the game, was like, let's watch him. He goes, and he's gonna go and hit it, right, and he's gonna go hit it right there and get an end of the day and all this, and he hits it, and it goes over the hole, and then lands right there, just clanks and lands right there, and then Phil hits it, and it goes right into the hole, and everyone's just like. Everyone's like in the crowd, you know what I say, you know what I say, you know what I say, and you see all the British and the European guys just looking up like, what the hell is going on? What the fuck is this? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking of that movie, that old documentary movie called Miracle that they made about the U.S. team from the '80s. And I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah. Well, how come they're not smiling? They get shot if they smile. So I just hit my head that the European team, if they even tried to smile, they would have got shot.
All right, well, real quick here, let's see how much time do we have. Okay, we got some time to talk about this really quick. So Tiger Woods, right? He was in the news also, barring this event. He spent the week in Minnesota trying to help the Americans shake an ugly losing streak while also trying to keep a low profile as possible. Basically, that mission was accomplished there. So this is what Tiger Woods said really quick before we go. And I quote, "We were a team, and whether I was playing or not, I was part of a team, and our team won," unquote. Nick, would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, he was a part of the team, all right. Without him, the snack bar wouldn't work right.
Oh, Nick, always hating on Tiger Woods ever since that incident.
Well, it wasn't that small of an incident. It was the incident, and basically, yeah, he can still be part of the team. They need people like him in the snack bar.
Okay, well, that's something you would do also.
Well, you got to give those people their beer and their nachos. So there you go. $10 a piece. There you go.
Oh my lord, Lock Miller, you are something else, my friend. Something else.
I'm just me. All I am is me. Me. I am me.
Yeah, I bet, huh? But anyways, that being said, guys, on that bombshell, as of course Jeremy Clarkson would say, from of course not Top Gear anymore, but they moved on to another show. I'll explain that in another video. Thank you guys so much here for talking about the sport. Actually, no, they didn't talk about. We talked about the sports. I'm sorry, my allergies are really getting to me today. So either way, thank you guys so much for enjoying this video. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. It definitely helps my channel grow. And don't forget to hit the bell notification, too, to stay updated on everything I do on this channel. And, of course, my main channel as well will be in the description below also to every one of these videos. So, now, hold on a second. Hold on a second, Nick. I know you're impatient, but just leave it till off the air, all right? So, that being said, I'm Kyle the Pug, aka Kyle Lodi, and that's Cowboy Nick.
Cowboy to go this on Cowboy again. Don't forget to give some likes and subscriptions to Kyle because we need it for our fan base. And yes, don't worry, Kyle will be giving these. Hopefully, he'll be giving us some more of that gameplay. Hopefully, we'll get some Mafia 3 and some more Dark Knight action, maybe some more Kratos action, but I don't know.
Okay, well, that all being said, I'm Kyle the Pug, and I will see you guys on Friday. So, have a good day, and as always, stay safe. Peace!
You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any sense. But I don't fucking care at all, 'cause I have hella feelings for